All right, let's dive straight into the Detroit Lions because right now this team is firing on all cylinders and is simply unstoppable. They just came off another dominant victory, and honestly, it's become almost routine for them at this point. Currently sitting at 10-1, the Lions are showing no signs of slowing down. In fact, I believe they could very well finish the season with a 16-1 record. At this stage, there doesn't seem to be any team in the NFL that can realistically beat them, unless, of course, the Lions beat themselves. With the way they're playing right now, their offense is explosively effective, and their defense is exceeding every expectation. When both sides of the ball are clicking like they are, it's hard to imagine any opponent being able to take them down. This team is truly on fire, and if they keep up this pace, they're in full control of their destiny. We just saw another huge win for the Lions as they defeated the Indianapolis Colts 24-6. To be honest, the game never really felt competitive. The Lions dominated in every phase of the game, offensively and defensively, and it never seemed like the Colts had any chance of keeping up. The Lions' offense was able to execute on pretty much every drive, while their defense shut down a Colts offense that had been coming off a strong performance. To me, that shows just how dominant this Lions team truly is. Before we dive into the details of why this game is so important for the Lions, just a quick reminder to subscribe to the channel if you're a fan of NFL. We're in for an exciting season and you won't want to miss any future updates. When the Lions traded for Za'Darius Smith, there was some question about whether he would be able to replicate the success he had with the Cleveland Browns, especially without Myles Garrett on the opposite side. But based on his performance since joining the Lions, it's clear that Za'Darius Smith is still playing at a very high level. He's been a crucial addition to this defensive line and has made a massive difference. The Lions brought him in to complement Aiden Hutchinson, and while Hutchinson is still an exceptional player, Smith's presence has helped elevate the entire unit. Alongside Smith, the Lions have a strong mix of talent on the defensive line. You have McNeil, one of the best interior pass rushers in the league, and DJ Reader, who is an excellent run defender. There's also James Houston, who has made some key plays this season, and the young rookie Mekhi Wingo, who shows a lot of potential. When you put all of these players together, you realize that the Lions' defensive line has a real chance to be one of the league's best. And with Aaron Glenn calling the shots as defensive coordinator, this pass rush could continue to evolve. Glenn has done a fantastic job of mixing up his pass rush schemes to confuse opposing offensive lines, and this versatility will only make the defense more effective as the season progresses. Now, in addition to their strong pass rush, the Lions defense has been exceptional at stopping the run. They currently rank as a top 5 defense in the NFL against the run, allowing fewer than 100 rushing yards per game. This is a critical statistic, as running the ball is a central aspect of almost every NFL offense. The front seven as a whole is solid, with the ability to rush the passer and stop the run at a high level, and when you combine that with a secondary that has improved throughout the season, you've got the makings of a truly elite defense. Speaking of the secondary, this unit has been playing really well while they've had some injuries, including to rookie cornerback Brian Branch. The Lions have a talented group of players back there. They have cornerback Carlton Davis, who has been solid as the team's number one. One corner, when you look at the secondary as a whole, it's clear that the Lions have the talent to shut down opposing passing attacks. With the defensive line generating pressure and the secondary locking down receivers, this defense has the potential to be great. And with Za'Darius Smith continuing to play at a high level, I expect this defense to only get better as the season goes on. They're already ranked second in the NFL in points per game allowed, and if they can continue that pace, they will be a massive asset to the teams. Now let's turn our attention to the Lions offense, which has been equally impressive this season. Of course, the first player you have to talk about is Jared Goff. He's had an incredible season and has really cemented himself as one of the top quarterbacks in the league. Against the Colts, Goff once again put together a stellar performance. He threw for over 200 yards, completed more than 70% of his passes, and didn't turn the ball over once. That has been the story of his season. consistent, efficient play with minimal mistakes. Sure, he had that one rough game against the Texans, but aside from that, Goff has been nearly perfect. He's doing a great job of getting the ball out quickly and putting it in the hands of his playmakers. Speaking of playmakers, this offense is loaded with weapons. St. Brown is one of the best wide receivers in the league, and he continues to make plays week in and week out. Then there's Jameson Williams, who has really stepped up this season as a reliable number 2 receiver. He's made at least 1 or 2 big plays in every game, showing his deep threat potential. And don't forget about Sam Laporta, who has emerged as a reliable target for Goff as well. When you add those weapons together, it makes the Lions' passing game nearly impossible to stop. But the Lions' offense isn't just about the passing game. They also have one of the best rushing attacks in the league. The offensive line has been phenomenal, and the running back duo of Gibbs and David Montgomery is a force to be reckoned with. These two backs are tough to bring down, and they consistently churn out big gains. Against the Colts, the Lions ran for almost 150 yards and did so with great efficiency. This ability to run the ball at a high level is a huge asset for the Lions, as it takes pressure off Goff and allows the offense to control the clock. When you can run the ball effectively like the Lions do, it opens up the entire playbook and gives the offense so many options. It's no surprise that the Lions are ranked 2nd in the NFL in total yards per game and 4th in rushing yards per game. They're a balanced, high-powered offense that can do it all. With an offense that can put up points in bunches and a defense that can shut down opposing teams, the Lions are clearly one of the most complete teams in the NFL right now. They've been dominant on both sides of the ball, and it doesn't look like they're going to slow down anytime soon. As long as they stay healthy and continue to execute at a high level, they have a legitimate shot at making a Super Bowl run. Right now, if I had to pick one team to win it all, the Lions would absolutely be at the top of my list. They've got everything it takes to go all the way.